3 ways to make passive income in real estate. Now, I wish this was a topic of my own, but I got this idea from a question on Facebook. It wasn't in a investment group or anything like that, but this young lady had some great questions and received a variety of answers. So I want to give you my take on 3 passive ways to make money in real estate. Stay tuned. Thank you for coming back. Before we even get started, go ahead and click that like button, give me a thumbs up. Now, first, let's address exactly what passive income is. Now, passive income is when you do something one time and you get paid for it over and over and over. So when you think about passive income in real estate, it's not something most of us were taught as children. Again, passive income is doing something one time and getting paid for it over and over. Now that was important for me to say twice because I saw a few answers to the post that said wholesaling. Okay, a couple people said get started with wholesaling, and I'm thinking no, wholesaling is cool and it's certainly a hot topic these days, but wholesaling I wouldn't consider passive income. It's a lot like working like a real estate agent because, you know, once you get paid off that one deal, you got to go and find another. So with that being said, wholesaling is not a way to get passive income in real estate. All right, now that we've discovered what passive income is not in real estate, let's talk about what it is. All right, so one idea that I would think of immediately to create passive income in real estate is to buy a multifamily property. Okay, now suppose you are still living with your parents or you're in college and you're thinking, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I want to create passive income right now. One way to do that is you probably have to work in order to start qualifying for financing unless you have a mattress full of cash, okay? But then that still wouldn't be good. But suppose you are working your 9 to 5 and you just want a change to your life. Okay, you would take maybe some funding that you've saved or 401k maybe, and you would seek out getting a FHA loan. Now, getting an FHA loan requires only 3.5% down. So you could buy a 2-family property, put 3.5% down, live in one unit, and rent out the other unit. So now here in Michigan, and depending on where the property is located, more than likely a multifamily unit could rent from $700 a month to $900 a month. So in many cases, you would almost pay for your mortgage and you could live rent free. So that would be my example of creating passive income in real estate. That's my number one example. My second example of creating passive income in real estate would be investing in real estate investment trusts. You might see REITs. You might see that on the web, or even crowdfunding. You might see that on the web a lot these days. Now, let's first talk about real estate investment trust. Now, this is when, say, a developer or a group of real estate investors, they go out and they pick, condos or hotels or even office and retail space, okay? They might invest in something like this. You have money, so you invest your funds. You don't do any of the work. You don't find the location. You don't renovate the property. All you do is give your money to this reputable group. Make sure it's a reputable group with a good reputation, okay? As we all know, there are some bad people out in the world who are trying to collect money and not do any of the work. But make sure you find a good, reputable company and you can invest your funding that way. And once the project is complete, you would be paid. Crowdfunding is similar to REITs, real estate investment trust. It's similar, however, with social media these days, it is big. You might see it quite a bit where someone may say, hey, this is my new project. This is a property I just bought. If you want to invest in this project, contact me. So you might see, something like that. And again, you would simply provide funds and receive your investment back at a later date. Now, why would anybody do this when they could just buy the property, fix it up, and make all of the money back on their own? Okay. Another hot word these days is invest using other people's money. So that would be an example of that. They, sometimes they may have their money into mutual funds somewhere else and they want to use somebody else's cash, or they want some additional support for their project. So, but they may have all the skills to renovate this project and all of the people. Because real estate investing is by no means simple. It does take a lot of work, time, and dedication, and it takes a lot of work, believe it or not, before the project even starts. A lot of times these investors, they have to create great relationships with contractors so that you have dependable, reliable, and skilled people to even do the work. So that is a way to create passive income in real estate, is to connect with someone who's doing crowdfunding or real estate investment trust so that you can just give them your money and collect your investment or your return at a later date. Last but not least, my number 3 way to create passive income through real estate would be to buy properties and rent them out to new investors who might want to do short-term rentals. Now, suppose you have money, you want to buy a property, but you don't want to be bothered with an Airbnb type business. You could buy the property and find an investor who does have the skills and experience to operate a hospitality type, Airbnb type business, okay? Now, in most cases, you can charge a premium, you can charge more. Say this is a house that you would only get $800 a month on, but if you rent it to the right person who is skilled in the short-term rental business, you could charge them $1,300 a month, because you know and they know that they are going to collect probably a couple $1,000s a month. So that's one way to create passive income as well. Additionally, a lot of times these skilled people in short-term rentals, they will handle any repairs that need to be taken care of. So that is a big reason to look at and really consider renting your property or doing a rent to own to someone who wants to do a Airbnb short-term rental type business. Now, they're going to take care of the repairs and they're going to pay you a premium. What do you think? It sounds like a good reason to consider renting your property out to someone who wants to do short-term rentals. Let me know in the comments if you would do that. If you owned a property, would you rent it out to someone who wanted to run a short-term rental business from your home? Let me know in the comments. All right, so let's just do a quick recap. All right, my number 1 way to create passive income in real estate is to buy a multifamily property, live in one unit, and rent out the other unit. And that way, you're living for free. All right. My second way is crowdfunding and real estate investment trust. Just give your money to a reputable company or reputable investor who's going to use your funds to do their real estate investment project, and you will get your return at a later date. And my number 3 way to create passive income in real estate is to buy a property and rent it to someone who wants to run a short-term rental business from your property. They will, in most cases, they will pay you a premium and they will take care of most of the regular routine maintenance and repairs. All right, now if you've learned anything from this video, go ahead, give me a thumbs up or leave me an emoji in the comment section. Now, this is the first, okay? I did my recording earlier, and as I'm out running errands, I realized I did not answer the most important question that the young lady had. Her most important 2 questions that I left out earlier is, how does a person get started and how much money is needed? All right, so let's first talk about how to get started. Now, I did start learning real estate and investing and all that stuff almost 20 years ago. And I know I look way too young for that, but it's true. I kind of fell into real estate, and actually I had finished buying my primary house, and then my real estate agent asked, have you ever thought about investing? So my first step that I took, I started doing research. I started becoming obsessed with looking at pictures of houses, looking on the MLS, looking at the prices, even going out to look at homes in person. So I would say, where do you get started? Become obsessed with it. Join real estate groups. There are free groups online, and also just start browsing Zillow, browsing Redfin. Have a real estate agent email you properties. Learn the area that you grew up in or that you live in currently. That is how you get started. You start doing research right from your phone and right from your home. Okay, that is how you get started. Now, number 2, what is the cost? So the cost can vary. The cost really can depend. It depends on the funds that you have available. It depends on the funds that you are willing to invest. And it depends on your level of knowledge. I wouldn't recommend somebody who has not been studying real estate for a while to just jump in there and give somebody thousands of dollars. But I do recommend that you just start learning online, watching videos. And then I'll say this though, in the Detroit market, which is where I am, they have $1,000 properties. I don't recommend anybody buy them. And the reason I don't recommend that is because you can buy a property for $1,000, but by the time you're done with it, you might spend $30,000 to $40,000 just putting the property back together. So I would recommend work with a good realtor who can send you lower priced properties, or even start buying properties with seller financing. Now that's going to be a whole nother story. In the next couple weeks, we'll record a video on seller financing, how that works, and why it's a good way to get started in real estate investing. All right, I gotta run, but since this video is about creating passive income, I can't leave you without saying, check out the links below. Check out the links in the description box below. You can get $10 worth of free cryptocurrency, and you can get some free stocks with my affiliate links on Robinhood, Webull, and Coinbase. So let me know which one you're most interested in and click on the links below. I will see you next time. It's Katina Willis, your empowered realtor and mortgage loan originator. Bye.